We're actually walking up to Hole-in-the-Day Lake here in Minnesota, where a group of local tribes are going to exert their treaty rights. You can see there's actually a sign we're walking up to. It says 1855 Treaty Zone. The state of Minnesota said they did not have the right to do this. According to treaties and treaty law, they do have the rights. So they're going to exert their treaty rights right now by gathering rice here.
We're here today to assert our treaty right to gather wild rice. Now this land here, this lake, is on the original Gull Lake Indian Reservation created by the 1855 treaty.
I come from a long, many generations of harvesters in my family, and it just so happens that right now I am the only one that's really actively involved into harvesting monomen, so I have to provide for 20 plus people, and we use it for many things, many ceremonies. We have many traditional ceremonies that we use it for. We eat it daily. This is where the clean air and clean water takes place. This is what we need in order to survive and live healthy lifestyles.
I want everybody to be able to rice in my future generations. That's why I'm here. And you know, the pipeline would go through the middle of this, not through this lake, but the lakes I was on yesterday. Embry says they're 99% safe. All right, I'm looking at 800 spills on their record.
If a pipeline did break in this low water table, what would happen to, I guess, your ability to gather wild rice? What would happen to the wild rice?
Well, some of those byproducts in there would probably kill it, just like it does with the mining and things like that. The thing that concerns us a lot with the way the water is here, most all of these lakes and rivers are joined through a giant reservoir system managed by the Corps of Engineers. And so if you had an oil spill, like say right now, on a lake with wild rice, and depending upon how the water level changes, you might cause it to come further into shore, and then if the water level drops, it might stay in that shore, and 2 years later, when the water level rises again, it might refreshen all of that contaminant stuff and distribute it somewhere else.
It's just unreal that the state wants to put a price tag on pollution tax and polluting the world, and people can't live like that.
You know, but they're saying we don't got this right, and at the same time, the state of Minnesota has been really, you know, trying to say that they're good at management. They suck at management. Let's be honest. I mean, they just had the collapse of the Mille Lacs fishery, right? They got water contamination in all the lakes in Minnesota, pretty much at some level or another. Now they want to shove some pipelines through up here and open a bunch of new mines.
The PUC is just trying to assume our identity and assume our role and assume our rights, take all the money, and then leave us with the hazardous dump behind.
We need the state to back off. We need the states to support us, and we need the state to protect things. We need the state to back off on the PUC process, put a moratorium on it, so that you can actually have a full environmental impact statement and not have a mockery.
All humankind exists on this planet with this clean air and water, and we have to stand up and fight for our rights here as humans.
Wild rice is our sacred food, and it's also part of our creation story. We were told to go to the land where food grows on water.
I'm sure you heard the story of the food that grows on water, and this is why my people are here today.
I think today is a victory for us. Even though they gave us a special permit, it's not holding any credit in my eyes, or in 1854 Treaty Authority's eyes as well.
There was a worry that DNR was going to come out and interfere with them as they tried to exert their treaty rights. There was a back and forth with some letters. It looks like the DNR backed off, said they had a special permit. The local people here in the local band said that it doesn't matter if there's a permit or not, they're going to rice anyways, and they're going ahead and exerting those rights to hunt, fish, and gather here in Hole-in-the-Day Lake, Minnesota.